Mouse World Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner specializing in vacation destinations all over the world. From frequent theme park getaways to annual family cruises to once-in-a-lifetime epic worldwide adventures, we can help you make those dreams a reality. At Mouse World Travel, we focus on quality vacations to provide guests with the most optimal experience. Our agents treat each trip as if it were their own, which means a special, personalized vacation just for you. Our agents provide concierge-level service during the vacation planning process, including offering recommendations to fit your family's needs, such as help choosing hotel or dining locations, suggesting add-ons or extras that we think your family might enjoy, offering tips and tricks to make the most out of your vacation, and answering questions to help you plan efficiently. Some of our more popular vacation destinations include cruise lines such as Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, all-inclusive destinations such as Sandals and Beaches, Universal Parks and Resorts, and of course the various Disney destinations, which include the theme parks, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and Alani. There's something for everyone, and no matter what type of vacation you're looking for, an expert agent at Mouse World Travel will help you get there.
And I'm Katie.
And you're listening to Ropedrop Parkhop. It's Eclipse Day.
It is. Did you bring your glasses with you?
No.
I was going to, and I totally forgot because we're going to be out and about today for some meetings. So I don't have time to go home and get my glasses.
But also, have you seen the amount of totality we get?
Yeah, but it's still cool.
Oh,
it's
well.
still fun to look at.
This is like the third one in 5 years here that we have some degree of coverage on the sun.
This is probably the least of those. Right.
So I don't care.
Okay.
But let me ask you this. What did you do for the big one in 2017? We had a big one where we had totality about an hour away from us.
Yeah, we stayed home.
You did?
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with the traffic. We stayed home. And it was still really cool from our house. I know it wasn't as cool as going to the totality, but...
I'm so sad for you.
Why?
It was... Okay, Dustin took some pictures and video and kind of told us about his experience because he stayed at work. We went to Weezer, which is where it was total. It was mind-blowing.
It's pretty cool.
I can't even explain it, like how cool it was. So I hope there are people out there who get to witness totality today.
Yeah, and I hope it's not cloudy if you traveled.
Oh, I know.
To go see it.
I was listening to a podcast this morning and it was about a guy and he chases eclipses. And he was talking about how in the 70s, he went to his very first one when he was a kid. And then when he was in college, he went to another in Quebec, I believe, or I don't remember. Anyway, somewhere in Canada. And he traveled 1,200 miles and it was cloudy.
Frustrating.
I know. That'd be so sad.
I really hope for you if you traveled for it.
You have great weather.
And I hope if you live in the path of totality that it's not crazy awful where you are, that people aren't swarming your city and making it horrible.
But if you are near totality, I hope you took the time to. I'm sad you didn't do it because I think it was a marked difference between totality and even the 90%.
For sure.
And it was so cool.
We just didn't. Was it a work day? I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember.
If it was a weekday, I feel like maybe that was partly why we didn't do it.
It may have been.
I don't remember though.
But we went to Weezer and it really wasn't terrible. We sat on a grassy knoll with maybe 100 other people and watched it and then grabbed lunch and
that's cool.
It was
awesome.
Great. So let us know.
I love it.
Let us know if you see it.
But the weather here is nice today, and it's supposed to warm up again tomorrow.
We have had all 4 seasons in the last week.
For sure.
We had snow. Did you get snow?
Uh-huh.
We didn't get any snow at my house.
Really?
None.
Oh, we had tons.
None. And people maybe 2 miles to the east of us had some? None.
That's so weird.
Isn't that
You're
weird?
not that far from us.
No. It's weird.
Yeah, we
Boise's
totally got snow.
odd.
And everybody's sports things got canceled on Friday. We had a football game get canceled. Tennis matches got canceled. Everything got canceled.
Oh, track and field did not.
No, because you can run apparently on slippery asphalt, but you just can't play tennis on it.
You can jump and you can run and you can pole vault all on slick grass, no problem.
Which is why I'm glad that none of my kids chose track and field this spring.
The only reason I know
worst.
that is because one of Kenley's little friend group is in track and field and couldn't hardly do anything while the other friend was here last week.
Yeah.
So.
But we got a lot of rain, which is good for us. We live in a desert, so all rain is good rain.
Yeah.
And now it'll be nice and green for like 3 weeks, and then it'll dry out.
And then it will be brown. All right, let's read a review.
Okay.
This one is from Miss Muh. MISSMUH, Miss M. Love the show, 5 stars. I found the show last week and haven't stopped listening. This is from a year ago, by the way. I love all the great tips and updates they give on each show. I'm planning my first trip ever to Disneyland, and as a Walt Disney World veteran, this show has been so helpful. Thanks, Erin and Katie.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Are you
thank
still
you.
here?
Also, we got a little comment in our Facebook group about reviews. Because remember last week we talked about leave a new review if you've gone on your trip already. And this listener told us that when you leave a new review, it cancels out your other one, correct?
Is that what she said? Yes, that it replaces the old one.
So I guess, I don't know. If you go in, can you go in and update?
I don't know.
Your old review? It looks like people have, because I've seen where it says update. And they say whatever, and then their old review shows underneath. So don't leave a new review, or leave a new review under a new username, I guess. I don't know. But we love all the reviews, so do whatever, but leave us a review.
Well, and I also got a message in Instagram this week that, and this is just a reminder, we had a glitch when we started our podcast.
Right.
We have 2 podcasts on Apple Podcasts. If you're listening to this and wondering how the heck we're reading reviews from a year ago, because there are only 10 reviews on our podcast, you are on the wrong one.
Right.
We have one that has almost 500 reviews now, and
that's the correct one. Apple, for some reason, will not remove the other feed, so it is what it is at this point. Maybe it's time to try again.
Yeah, maybe.
Time to reach out to them again.
See if they could merge them, because that would be so helpful.
That would be super helpful.
But
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. That is what it is. But anyways, this is your weekly reminder. Please leave us a review.
And thank you. Thank you for leaving them on either. But if we haven't read yours, reach out to us, because maybe that's why. Maybe it might be on that the other second feed that we don't check as often.
Right. Okay. We've got news. News for days.
Yes.
The big news that actually was most recent, I think, in my feed is the DAS, Disability Access, and this is a rumor.
Yes, I was going to say, is this news or is this a rumor?
It's a rumor. So we'll talk about a rumor first, I guess, before we get into real news.
Yeah.
But that they may be moving to a third-party provider for that service. People are pro and people are con.
So pro would be if you have used Disability Access Service, if you have used that, if you want to be approved before your trip, you are going to sit on hold waiting for a video call on the Disneyland website for several hours. Mm-hmm. And people get timed out. They get kicked out. It's very, Disney IT. We've talked about it before. It's very frustrating. The third-party service hopefully would
improve on that wait time a little bit.
Yeah, make it a little bit easier to get through and get approved ahead of time.
Yeah, I think maybe some of the negatives might be you don't know exactly what you're getting with a third party as far as who gets approved and who doesn't. But Disney's that way too, right?
True.
So
I also have heard that Universal Studios uses a third party, and a lot of people don't like the third party that's used there.
It takes more documentation to get through Universal. Which is
odd.
Yeah, but also kind of makes sense. I know the whole, I don't know.
I feel like don't laws protect people who need
but somehow Universal is able to get around that. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Which maybe is not a bad idea. I don't know.
I don't know. See, but I don't feel like if you have something that requires, you shouldn't have to explain it. I mean, you shouldn't have to prove it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The hard thing is there are so many people that, I don't know, so many people. Enough people that are taking advantage and using it when they shouldn't.
Right.
That those rules have to be put in place. So I don't know.
What's the correct answer?
I don't know.
I don't know that there is one, and that's challenging.
Yes, and I saw a question on a forum the other day that said, does Disney World do the pregnancy bans the way that Disneyland does? And people jumped on and were like, what the heck are pregnancy bans? Well, apparently Disneyland Paris, not Disneyland California, does a pregnancy band program where if you have to bring a doctor's note saying that you're pregnant, and you get a band that lets you get on all of the rides with no wait.
What?
Yeah. I looked it up.
And it's true.
It looks like it's true, yes. So interesting. So anyway, that would never happen here.
No. And also
and there were a lot of comments about how pregnancy is not a disability and lots of other people saying, yes, it is. And so.
I mean, pregnancy and childbirth are treated completely different in Europe than they are here.
For sure.
So, I mean, maybe that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
That's weird.
What's funny to me is,
would you be able to get to the front of Incredicoaster?
You probably shouldn't be going on Incredicoaster if you're pregnant.
I did it. I did it, and we all survived.
It's not recommended.
Right. Don't do that. Don't take my... This is not medical advice.
Do what Erin says, not what she does. Okay, moving on. Astro Orbiter. Get excited, guys. It's back up and it's beautiful.
Yes, and I've heard people say all the lights are working and she's sparkly and she's pretty, and it's kind of cool because it really is just the entry piece to Tomorrowland.
Yeah, and you don't have to ride it to appreciate it.
Right.
It's a
pretty.
nice little eyepiece.
It's nice kinetic energy, and it was sad to not have it there.
She's repainted and she's beautiful and she's ready to welcome you to the sad Tomorrowland that has Mickey climbing a pole now.
Yes. Mickey's in his pole era. Yeah. So that's exciting. Yep. Go check out the Astro Orbiter. Yay. Should we do closures while we're talking about that? We may as well, since that's back. There's a bunch. Okay, so the coffee house at the Disneyland Hotel is closed. If you ever step in there, if you're staying on property to grab a coffee in the morning, it's closed for refurbishment until who knows when, indefinitely.
Okay.
The calendar goes out to the middle of May right now, and there's no opening date for that at this time. Same with Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. It is closed currently, and there is no reopening date. The Matterhorn. Let's talk about the Matterhorn. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I wonder if they're doing something Pixar-y in Redwood Creek Challenge Trail to get ready for Pixar Fest.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe. But doesn't Pixar Fest start at the end of this month?
Yeah, but that doesn't have to open right with Pixar Fest.
I don't know. The Matterhorn has some suspicious activity happening. So the Matterhorn, stick with me here, is going down for refurbishment April 15th and reopening April 19th. And then it's closing April 22nd and reopening April 25th. And then it's closing April 29th and reopening May 3rd.
They're doing one bobsled at a time.
And like a week at a time. And then opening for the weekends. And then closing back down during the week.
Interesting.
So, I don't understand.
No.
But
I wonder if they're
good
doing
for them.
One side at a time.
I would think maybe they're doing one side at a time, then the other side, then
both
closing
sides.
The whole thing to like zhuzh everything up, maybe work on the queue. I don't know. Something. I don't know. Why? And why?
Hey, Bob Gurr, explain. What are they doing to your precious Matterhorn?
It's weird, but okay.
I saw our cute friends, the Princesses of Gumball, got a picture with him, and he's tiny. I didn't realize how tiny he is. I mean, he's older, so, people shrink as they get older, but he is adorable, and he had his red shoes on, and I'm super jealous.
I am too.
Good job, guys.
Congrats. Incredicoaster's currently closed. It reopens on the 19th of this month. Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, also known as Good Times with Abe, is going down on the 16th of April, and there is no reopening date.
I bet that's getting a Pixar overlay, too.
Yes.
It's going to be Woody. You're my favorite deputy, as he stands up, and then the Star Spangled Banner plays in the background. I love it.
Cocina Cucamonga is closing down on the 29th of April, and there's no reopening date. So that is worth changing your trip for.
Yeah, we're not going until it reopens.
Winnie the Pooh closes down May 1st. That's probably part of that Critter Country overhaul, and no reopening date there. And then I didn't mention at the beginning, but the Boudin Bakery tour is down right now, and it reopens on the 17th of April. So that's what's coming up. Explain the Matterhorn to me. I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll hear more about it. Or maybe we won't. I don't know.
Maybe it'll just
they don't always explain
close
things
and open
to us.
and close and open and close and open.
All right, those cute little BDX droids that have been kind of sporadic or in training or whatever they were calling it for the first few months of the year. They've been going for a little while.
Yeah,
because they were in the fall as well. Now they're out every day.
And are you excited?
I kind of want to go and see them.
But you can't because Cocina Cucamonga is closing.
That's right. I'll wait. But I feel like they're going to keep them out for a while. But maybe it's just for Season of the Force. I don't know.
They're so cute.
They are adorable.
Season of the Force is in full swing. I saw some video of the fireworks. Very cool.
So cool.
Really like it. I like what you've done with the place.
They got canceled the first night, right? For weather.
Oh, please. I bet people were thrilled.
You should see. I mean, I'm sure you have. You out there in podcast land, go and look at the pictures of how many people were packed into Galaxy's Edge to watch the fireworks.
That's sad.
I know.
Because they've waited.
I know.
For so long.
I know.
Well, stupid Anaheim weather.
Did we decide they're every night or just weekends?
No, right now they're every night.
Okay.
Because
except for weather nights.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I don't know. Dear Disney, just keep this up. Like, keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it going.
Yeah. Are there any projections back there, or is it just fireworks?
Just the
It's
fireworks.
so cool, though.
It is really cool.
And then speaking of Season of the Force, remember that the Seek and Find. We kind of know what it's about now.
What Katie does, I don't.
So, like we said, you're looking for those canisters, right? But you have like a little decoder that you get to take with you. So you pick up the decoder at Star Trader.
The Star
Not
Trader.
Star Traders.
The Star Trader.
And you go around and find the canisters. And then at the end, you get a little keepsake decoder card. And the one that I saw was a picture of Chewbacca on the front, but it seems like there might be different ones.
And then what is there to decode? Because I feel like this is along the same vein as what they used to give out for Indy,
right?
Where you walk through and they're not called hieroglyphs. What are they called?
I don't know.
There's a word for them specifically.
Indiglyphs.
Yeah. But there's the writing throughout that you can decode.
So I'm wondering if maybe, because there is some of that hieroglyphics back in Galaxy's Edge. I wonder if it works back there.
That is true.
Yeah.
I've seen that before in like the queue for Rise.
So it has each of the characters and then what their English alphabet equivalent is.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
that's
kind of fun, and it's free.
And
that's
it's free.
That's the big update. Is we assumed that it would cost money because that's what Disney does. But
everything,
man, they're throwing us a bone here.
A card,
the free decoder card. But
cool.
it looks really fun though. The scavenger hunt looks fun to me. So something to go do.
Yeah,
and it's free. Okay, what else? Oh, new Pixar Fest sculptures in downtown Disney. There's a Toy Story one and a Coco one. So I'm thinking there will probably be more. They're kind of phasing them in. And they're cute. They match the new kind of mid-century modern downtown Disney vibe that's going on. And then also in downtown Disney, the dress shop is officially moved into the Wonderground location. Is Wonderground going somewhere else?
Why did the dress shop move into the Wonderground location?
I don't know.
That's weird. And how are we going to tell people how to get to the Grand Californian now?
It was in the process of moving last time we were there, remember?
I remember
it was open
Wonderground
one day,
closed.
and then it was closed.
I didn't know it was to move the dress shop.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't like that. I do not approve.
Sephora is how you'll tell people to get.
Well, I wonder what's happening with the dress shop.
I don't know.
Wonderground is moving in.
Maybe they needed a bigger spot for one or the other. Which one was bigger?
I feel like Wonderground was bigger.
So the dress shop needed a bigger spot.
Yeah. That's weird. I don't know. I'm curious. These are the things that, nobody calls us and tells us anything.
Right. They don't even ask us if it's okay.
It's weird.
Or what we think.
I don't understand. We've been doing this long enough that we should get some information.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Back to Star Wars stuff. We are jumping around.
Okay.
Dining for Star Wars Nights was released not too long ago.
Hard pass.
At Cafe Orleans. It's expensive, and there's no like preferred viewing or anything that's included with it. And the menu is weird.
Star Wars night, which is limited anyway.
Right.
Why would you have a sit-down meal that offers nothing? I mean, it's just food.
Right. It's taking up valuable party time. It looks like there are a couple Monte Cristos.
Some gumbo.
Some fries.
Kale?
Some crudité.
No, what was
it was a cabbage.
Cabbage something.
It was either like fried cabbage or cabbage salad or something like that.
And then creme brulee at the end.
So it looks like a prefix menu to me. Like you pick or you get the gumbo as your appetizer.
Which their gumbo is really good.
You pick a Monte Cristo and then you get those things on the side.
But if you're spending that much money to go to Star Wars night, don't waste your time sitting down at Cafe Orleans and eating pretty much the same food that they have anytime.
Right.
With no perk.
Because there will be quick service locations that are offering unique
special
Star
foods.
Wars things.
Right.
So go do that.
I mean,
go
maybe
ride
it would
some
make
rides.
sense if it gave you like awesome viewing for the fireworks.
Right.
Or, I don't know, it gives you nothing.
Right.
I think it's weird.
Cafe Orleans is cool.
Totally.
Don't waste your time during Star Wars night.
No. And still, I think the only date that is sold out is that first weekend in May.
Which is May 2nd.
May 2nd. So...
Anyways,
I'll
be interested. We should keep an eye on whether those Cafe Orleans dining reservations sell out or not.
Let's look. May 2nd is the only one that is sold out. Let's see if it's available to book for May 2nd, the busiest night of Star Wars night. So according to the app, there are a bunch of reservations available, but they're available until 5:50. Oh, just kidding. Hold on. Right below that. Right below that is the Disneyland Star Wars night dining package. No.
Does it give the pricing? I saw online it was like $35 to $59.99. So I'm assuming $35 for children.
I don't see it on here.
$59.99 for adults.
8 o'clock and 9 o'clock are completely booked. 10:20 is available. 10:40, 10:50, 11:10, and 11:20. Yeah, don't waste your time. Seriously. I just feel like it's a pass for me. Anyway, maybe that's what you want to do, and that's fine. But I mean,
maybe you're hanging outside eating there and some cool characters walk by. I don't know.
I don't either. I don't understand the draw.
And then Pride Night.
I have some info on Pride Night.
Get ready.
Okay.
It's coming, and it's got a lot more offering, I feel like, than Star Wars Night.
Bigger. Yes, and more exciting.
Fewer nights.
2 nights, June 18th, June 20th. We're recording. Today is April 8th, Monday, April 8th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Magic Key holders, and then Thursday morning, the 11th at 9 a.m. for the general public. So if you're listening to this on Friday, tickets went on sale yesterday. I will share this on Instagram, so hopefully if you are interested in going. But these were just announced late last week.
Right.
And then some of the things that are going to be happening, there are fireworks, the Pride Night fireworks that are called Welcome.
Have we had those before, or is that new?
I don't know.
I feel like that's new.
Is it?
Maybe. I don't know.
There's also the Welcome Pride Cavalcade.
Cool. I feel like that is not new. I remember seeing that last year.
There's the Pride Night Dance Club, which is along the rivers of America.
So fun.
There is the Ohana Dance Party with Stitch in Tomorrowland.
Okay.
The country line dancing. That is not new.
That's not new.
I know for sure.
And it must have been so good. They're bringing it back.
Nothing screams Pride Night like line dancing at the Golden Horseshoe.
I mean, at least they're using the Golden Horseshoe for something.
True. There are some really fun foods. Have you seen some of these?
No, tell me.
So
I wanted to be surprised today.
You came excited to learn?
Yes.
The thing that I think looks the best, there's a funnel cake with cereal milk and multicolored marshmallow cereal. Lucky Charms marshmallows. That's going to be at the Stage Door. TM. That's going to be at the Stage Door Cafe. There are firecracker loaded fries at Hungry Bear. 5-spice popcorn chicken at the Tropical Hideaway.
Yeah, that sounds
good. Delightful. Key lime pudding and red berry sangria at Riverbell Terrace. Just a bunch of things. And then we're just going to drop this also because, there is a dining package at Plaza Inn.
Better than the Star Wars Night one.
Yes, because that includes, so you get nothing for the Star Wars Night one. For the Pride Night, you get 2 things. You get viewing for the parade and for the fireworks.
And the cool thing about it is you're not taking up party time for this dining package. Is that right?
I would think it's probably something you can eat and go really quickly. Yeah. I don't know for sure. I can't. I mean, there's basic information about it, but not like
nothing
detailed
to reserve,
information. Yes. And then cute credentials, which this is what I was excited to tell you about. So the credentials, the logo, the style guide, and the guide map were all designed by our buddy Todd,
who we just met last month.
Yes, we got to meet him last month. And follow him online if you want to follow him on Instagram. Maybe I'll share some information if and when he posts about this. I think he will.
But he's a freelance artist for Disney.
Yeah.
Correct? That's his title.
Yeah. So follow him on Instagram. His name is Todd Batik, and his Instagram is Batik Design. So BATIK Design. And he's super cool. Nice guy.
Yeah, he was super nice.
But yeah,
we met him with Joey. He's one of Joey's buddies. So.
Yes. And if you go to Pride Night, everything that you get, he designed.
And I'm sure he did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Exciting. And just like all the other nights, after hours events, mix-ins from 6 to 9 for everybody. So if you buy a
9
ticket,
to 1
buy a ticket, you get a little bit of extra park time before the party starts. So if you're there and not going to the event, be aware that it is going to get super busy around 6 p.m. with the mix-in guests coming in. So either be prepared to hop over to DCA or just end your night if you're not wanting to deal with the crowds and go get a meal in downtown Disney or something. Go swim.
Yep. And
if it's warm.
If you are going, we're discussing it. Maybe you'll see us. Maybe you won't. It's up for discussion.
Yeah.
It's not a no.
Well, it's never a hard no.
I'm going to remember that always.
Yes.
Keep in mind, we've mentioned it before, grad nights are coming up. Here are the dates. May 10th, 14th, 15th, 17th, 19th, 22nd, 23rd, 28th, and 31st, and then June 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th, and 14th. And that just means that you're going to see a lot of teenagers throughout the day. As it gets closer to nighttime, you'll see more and more coming. And this is going to mostly affect DCA. DCA will close just a tiny bit early, and then the party is there afterwards. Maybe usually just an hour early.
Yeah. Not too bad. And we have people ask us all the time, like, should we cancel our trip?
I'd say no.
No,
it's busy.
Definitely don't. It will be busy. And a few of them will be at Disneyland as well because they do have the option to do a park hopper. But most of them will be at California Adventure. So again, just hop over to the other park if it starts to feel too busy, or go do something else.
Yep. And
then go to the packing house.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mother's Day brunch at Plaza Inn.
Yeah, that's coming up.
The weekend of May 10th. So May 10th, May 11th, May 12th, from 8 a.m. to noon, there is a Mother's Day brunch at Plaza Inn. $79 per adult, $39 per child. And let me tell you what they have. It's a little bit better than their normal breakfast. They have...
I know there's a carving station.
There's a carving station. There's an omelet station. But the carving station, I don't think that they had that when we did breakfast there.
Oh, for sure not. No.
So
I feel like, no.
There's some extra stuff there. And, of course, you get to meet Mickey. And then what did
Not
they say?
Mickey, Minnie.
Minnie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And you get a keepsake photo with Minnie and a flower.
Oh, yeah, and a flower.
Mm-hmm. Which I feel like, if I was paying attention last year on Mother's Day, I feel like, doesn't everybody get a flower coming into the park on Mother's Day?
I don't remember.
I swear they passed out carnations to everybody, all the women on the way into the park.
I don't remember.
I could be wrong.
I've never been that weekend. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, carving station with New York strip steak and slow roasted turkey. They'll have fried chicken, which is kind of nice to have that on their buffet.
Yeah.
Made to order omelets, French toast, assorted pastries and mini desserts, and a selection of specialty beverages.
Cool.
Not to include mimosas, I'm sure.
Probably not. They don't do alcohol there.
But I do love this. You will get your memorable picture moment featuring Minnie Mouse. And then you move on to the meal and keep an eye out for a Joy's Disney character processional.
So fun. So they're not like coming to the tables and taking pictures, maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe just walking through like they did during post-COVID times.
Yeah, where they keep their distance and wave. Yeah.
Social distance.
So if you're there that weekend and you want to go enjoy a Mother's Day brunch, the Plaza Inn's the place to go.
I think that sounds really fun. Do you know when reservations are releasing for that?
I would just think 60 days.
Okay.
Like normal.
Which is already past 60 days. Like way past.
Good luck. Hope you got those.
Yes. May the odds be ever in your favor.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just says now. Let's see if there's any that are available. I think it just says to reserve breakfast.
So you just reserve it like normal, but it happens to be the 10th, 11th, and 12th.
I mean, there's nothing available.
Right. But
So-
who knows? Because those are popular anyway, even not with a Mother's Day overlay.
So I don't know.
Who knows?
If you want that, set an alert. That would be one to set an alert with like mouse dining or one of those third parties that kind of watches for reservation openings.
There was was it a shareholder meeting? I don't know what they call them anymore.
I think it was a shareholder.
So they released some concept art for the Avatar experience. It looks like a land.
It looks like a land, and it's a riverboat ride. So is it going to be like Navi River?
I don't know. I wouldn't be sad about that.
Me
I
either.
love that ride.
It's very cool.
I don't know. It looks big. So it looks like it is not.
Where is it going?
I think it's going in the expansion, but
where?
That's not soon.
California Adventure or Disneyland?
I would think California Adventure.
Okay.
That would be my guess. Although, I mean, Galaxy's Edge is at land, so maybe.
And California Adventure's kind of turning the way of Pixar. So
Sure,
does
but they've
that
got
fit?
Avengers over there, so.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it could fit either place.
Yeah.
But it's either going by the Pixar Place Hotel or the Disneyland Hotel.
Interesting.
My guess.
You know what will be really interesting is when that whole expansion is completed and the parks kind of envelop the hotels. Those will be awesome rooms. I think all of them
They'll all be
will
park
just have
view.
really great views.
Yeah. It'll be super
and the
cool.
price will skyrocket.
Yep. Get ready. And then some Disney World news, concept art for the Americas land that is taking over Dino Land, USA, which is really cool. So they have some, I don't know, drawings.
This is an Animal Kingdom.
Yes, maybe some patents they've applied for. I'm not sure, or not patents, but architectural review stuff.
Okay.
That looks like an Indiana Jones ride, and maybe some Coco presents. So that's really cool.
It'll be cool.
I'm excited about that.
And the dinosaur ride at Animal Kingdom is very similar to Indiana Jones, just a different theme.
So super easy to put that, or to, well, maybe. I don't know if it's easy or not, but it seems like it makes sense to move in that direction. And I think it'll be really cool. Dino Land has been sort of defunct land for a while.
I agree. It looks like a parking lot carnival.
It does.
To me.
I just,
Which may be what they were going for.
Maybe.
But
it's time to
Zhuzh it up.
Yes, it's time to
Say
step
goodbye.
it up a level.
It's time to extinctify the dinosaurs. Speaking of Walt Disney World, tomorrow, April 9th, there is a new promotion happening at Walt Disney World.
A couple of them, actually.
Oh, tell me more.
I will. You go ahead with your dining, though.
There is, if you have a Disney Visa, and that's the debit card or the credit card, there is a free dining offer at Walt Disney World for select nights in July, September, and December. Available tomorrow to book if you are interested in going any of those months. Reach out, let us know. We're happy to let you know if you would qualify for it.
And then
free dining is amazing.
Yes. So it has to be on a non-discounted package. So it has
to be 4 nights, and it has to include park hoppers.
Right. And you have to be staying at the resort, obviously.
Yep.
Does it count for Good Neighbor, too? Do you know?
Nope.
And then also beginning tomorrow, April 9th, if you are staying 5 nights or more, you can save 30% off of the package, which that's a big discount.
They offer
30%.
Killer discounts at Walt Disney World. We don't get them as much on our coast.
Right. So I don't know if they're trying to fill space, if their bookings aren't as high
but
as
it's
they
busy.
normally are. Yeah, it is busy. I've seen the videos.
I don't know.
So yeah, free dining or 30% off. So you can't combine them, obviously, because with the free dining, you have to have a full price package and Disney Visa card holders only for that free dining, whereas the 30% is for everybody. And they're not releasing all the details for that until tomorrow.
Right.
The free dining is for arrivals in July, September, and December.
Yep.
It's random, but
Totally random.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, tomorrow. So you're listening to this on Friday.
That means 3 days ago.
Right. We'll post about it on Instagram too. But yeah, reach out if you are planning a last minute trip for the summer. It's not too late to save some money.
Save some money at Walt
Do it.
Disney World. Do it. We're going to Walt Disney World in a couple weeks. We were just talking before we started recording about how excited I am.
Yeah, it's going to be
We're going
fun.
to Universal also. I've never been to Universal. You've been once?
Once to Orlando.
Okay.
And a couple of times to
And
Hollywood.
so I'm excited, and I think you're excited to go have some fun at Universal
Yeah.
to understand it a little bit better.
The other park.
But I really am just sad that we're not spending more time at Disney. It's fine. I'll survive. I don't know how, but I will.
Okay. I think that's it for news.
I think that might
was
be
a
it.
lot.
That was a lot, but
Stay tuned.
because we got more. Speaking of dining at Walt Disney World,
We're going to talk a little bit about, this is our our series that we're doing on Disney World planning. Since we've got a trip coming up, we thought it was good timing to talk about it. And so this is our 103,
sure.
class 103.
I've lost track.
We did 101, which was how to get there and where to
102,
stay. And
I
then
don't
102 was how to get around the parks and how to buy tickets.
Okay, 103 is going to be all about food.
Food.
And especially where there's a dining deal coming up this week, we want you guys to have that information if you're interested in going and trying this out. One of the big differences between Walt Disney World and Disneyland when it comes to dining is how they do reservations. So if you book a package where you're staying on Disney property, you are able to book all of your dining reservations on the first day of your stay, up
For
to 10
length of
days.
stay, right? Which is really nice.
So at Disneyland, you book 60 days out each individual day. You can book at Walt Disney World 60 days out starting on the first day of your stay, plus the additional 10 days.
Yes.
Or however long your stay is.
Which, as a travel planner, it's obnoxious at Disneyland to get up every morning
Totally.
to make dining reservations for our clients. But at Disney World, we can do it all at once on one day, but it's super early.
Yes.
That's the only problem.
It's for us 4 a.m.
Yes.
So we get to get up and we get to do it for the whole entire stay.
Right. But if there's, something really hard to get that your client really wants or that you really want, you can choose one of the days later in your stay and you're very likely to get it.
Right. Chances are much better. So I love that about Walt Disney World and their dining. Also, we've talked about the massive sheer size of Walt Disney World, which means there are tons and tons and tons of dining options.
Right. So when we have a Walt Disney World veteran that's planning a Disneyland trip and they get all in a panic about not being able to find dining reservations, we always tell them, don't worry about it. You do not need any sit-down reservations to eat at Disneyland.
Yeah.
They're there and it's fun to do, but it's not necessary. At Disney World, you have so many more options.
Yep.
And
Inside the park, outside the park.
And you're likely going to be spending more days at Disney World, so it makes sense to have at least a few sit-downs to rest your legs.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
And
And there's some fun ones.
when I book packages for clients, one of the things that I give them as part of my services is a little sheet that talks about, these are my favorite places to eat inside the park that you're visiting that day. And these are my favorite places that are near the park if you want to exit and head out and find something to eat nearby, because keep in mind, all of these parks have a cluster of hotels around them. And there are some really awesome dining opportunities at each of those hotels.
In fact, there are some that are even better than the ones that are in the parks.
Oh, 100%.
Magic Kingdom, I'm looking at you.
So we're just going to say, first off, avoid Pecos Bill. It's not worth it.
Not a sit down anyway.
And also keep in mind, completely unrelated or maybe related, only one-ply toilet paper at Disney.
Yeah, that's true.
Pecos Bill and one-ply toilet paper do not go well together.
The upside at Pecos Bills is there's plenty of seating always. You can always find a place to sit. But go get something.
Isn't that a bad sign?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying it's huge. Like there are tables.
And empty. No,
yes,
not really.
No, it's not usually empty. A lot of people eat there. But you could go grab your waffle from Sleepy Hollow and take it over to Pecos Bill and find a table there if you needed to.
Right.
Because they're not too far away from each other.
Waffles at Sleepy Hollow. They have fruit waffles and they have spicy chicken waffles, and they're both delicious.
So good.
And that's inside Magic Kingdom.
That would probably be my favorite quick service.
That is my favorite quick service.
Yeah.
And then for, of course, a snack, we've talked about it over and over again, but Disney World, Magic Kingdom has coconut Dole Whip. I don't understand
At Aloha Isle.
why we can't have it at Disneyland. It's fine.
We just can't have everything.
Well,
We get roaming characters.
and the better pirates,
Yes.
but no coconut Dole Whip.
Right. Okay. So same as at Disneyland, there's obviously snack carts, quick service, and sit-down dining. And also unique to Disney World is the dining plan, which we just talked about in the news a little bit. There's an offer this summer for Disney Visa card holders. Summer and in some dates in December,
Randomly
maybe.
throughout the rest of the year. Yeah.
But what the dining plan does, there's two different options. There's a standard dining plan, and then there's a quick service dining plan. It gets you a certain amount of meals and snack credits that you pay for in advance. It's not really a ton of savings. I think the draw for it is it lets you pay for your meals in advance, so you're not worrying about it while you're at the park.
And also, I think this varies because I actually just watched a whole video yesterday. The Tim Tracker and his wife, if you ever follow them or watch them on YouTube, did an entire video on the dining plan when it came back, because it just came back fairly recently. And they decided to do a video to see if it was worth it. Overall, they ended up saving about $100.
Okay.
So, and there's a couple of caveats to that. Number one, they said they felt like they were eating a lot more than they normally would.
Okay.
In order to get the value out of it. Number two, neither of them are big alcohol drinkers.
Right.
And you do get an alcoholic beverage with your meals. So with the dining plan, with the quick serve meals, you can have alcohol if alcohol's available. You get a drink. And so
that's a huge chunk.
Right. For some people, that is worth it. So it just depends on what your goals are when you're eating at Walt Disney World.
Right.
If you want to drink with your meal, it might be worth it for you.
And I mean, I don't know if it's worth sitting down and doing the math and taking the time to do that. I don't know. I'm torn on dining plans. But if you're taking advantage of it as a free offer, I mean, that's a huge deal.
For sure. Free offer, even if you don't utilize the entire thing and you go home with credits.
Yes.
Credits are able to be used through your app, so you can mobile order your quick serve or snacks using your dining plan credits.
Which is really nice.
So nice.
I've seen a lot of people they have extra snack credits at the end of their trip that they're not going to use, and so they offer them to other people
that
might be there.
Or you can go into
like
your gift shop at your hotel, and sometimes they'll have bagged popcorn and things like that
you can
count.
Take home.
Bottled water, Coca-Cola, things like that will count toward it as well.
You buy it for the length of your stay, so you can't just buy it for one day of your stay, and it's per night. So if you're staying 3 nights at the hotel, you get 3 days worth of dining package.
Yep.
The standard one includes 2 sit-downs per day.
One sit-down per day.
1 sit-down per day. 1 quick service, and 1 snack credit.
And a refillable drinking mug that you can use at any of the resort hotels, not inside any of the parks.
Right.
But at the like food court areas at each hotel.
So if you're having a resort day, that makes sense to use it then. But
it includes coffee, it includes tea, it includes all kinds of things. So if you're hot chocolate. If you're a coffee drinker, this might be helpful for you too.
Yep. But you don't want to haul it around the parks with you because you can't refill anything there. And then the quick service plan gets you 2 quick services per day plus a snack.
Yes.
Per person.
Per person.
Right. And of course, it's cheaper for kids, right? So again, your mileage may vary. So go and do the math and figure out if it's worth it for you, or even if you don't care about the math and it sounds like something that would be convenient.
It kind of makes it like an all-inclusive.
Right.
So if you are into that, which I kind of am.
Yeah. And obviously, if you get hungry and you don't have any credits left, you can still buy yourself some food.
Course,
You're not
yes.
out of luck.
And then there are some options available too that will use multiple credits. So if you have the dining plan that includes sit-down dining credits, some character meals, and some of the higher-end restaurants, like, for example, Tiffin's at Animal Kingdom is going to be 2 of your dining credits.
Right.
And that's another thing, too, is you get them all at a lump at the beginning.
So you can use them all in one day if you want to.
So Dustin, my husband, and I were talking about this last night. They also count, your snack credits also count for food festival kiosks at Epcot. And so if you're there for a week and you've got 7 credits per person, you theoretically could use those to just eat your way around Epcot in one day. On your Epcot day, you use all of your snack credits.
Yeah.
So it's super flexible. It's super easy to use. Again, it's kind of nice to have it taken care of ahead of time where you don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe worth it. And I mean, it's pretty customizable. If you go to Epcot and spend all of your snack credits one day and you have an off day and you want to use 2 of those credits to go to a character meal that you're into. I mean, it's super easy, super customizable. So again, your mileage your mileage may vary, but also the convenience of it is just so nice.
Right.
That it might be worth that cost to you. Yeah.
Like just not having to worry about buying food while you're there, because that's kind of sticker shock for some people.
Sometimes,
right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to maybe easier to budget ahead of time.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the benefit there. Okay, so let's talk about character dining really quickly at Disney World. There are many more options than there are at Disneyland.
Yes.
And have you been to character dining
at Disney World? No.
Okay.
I have not.
I've done 3 of them.
Okay.
The one that I haven't done that I think I probably I don't know if I need to experience it, but maybe Cinderella's Royal Table.
Okay.
I hear fantastic things about it. People clamor for that reservation. It's a really hard one to get. It's very expensive.
It's 2 dining credits.
But I think if you are somebody who loves the princesses, especially, at Disney World, they don't have the Roman characters the way that we do at Disneyland. So a lot of people are willing to pay that price to have some one-on-one time with the characters without waiting in line. Right. And I've heard the food is actually decent there at Cinderella's Royal Table.
And it's in the castle.
It's in the castle. So a fantastic experience. I have done the Beauty and the Beast. I can't remember what it's called now. Beasts.
Be Our Guest?
Be Our Guest. That's what it is. Yes. And that one's fun because it's in the Beauty and the Beast castle back in Fantasyland, at the back of Fantasyland. We went in 2021, so it was still COVID times, and there wasn't a ton of character interaction. He kind of just walked through. We were seated in the library, I think. So it's a really cool spot. They used to do a quick service option for lunch for that one. They haven't done that in a while.
They haven't brought that back.
Yes. But again, it's expensive. Not much character interaction there, I would say. Not the way it is at Cinderella's Royal Table.
Right.
And the food was decent. I don't know.
And what was the third one you've done?
Topolino's.
That's the one I really want to do.
And that is my favorite so far. Yes. So I saved that one for last.
And I think that's a lot of people's favorite. Topolino's is at the Riviera Resort.
Right. So that one's outside of the parks. Another really hard one to get.
Yes.
It's at the top of the Riviera. It's a fantastic view from up there. It's beautiful. You can see pretty much 360 degrees around the resort, which is really cool. The food was really, really good. And the characters are in artist-type outfits.
Like
They're like
French artists.
French Riviera artists. It's so cute.
Yeah,
and
that's one I would really like to do.
They do a little dance. They do a couple of different little performative things. They come around to the tables. I think we had characters at our table pretty much nonstop.
Really?
Yes. In fact, it felt like...
And the food is good.
Yeah, and the food was really good.
It's not a buffet.
Nope.
It's one that they bring to you.
It used to be an all-you-can-eat, so you could order, as much as you wanted to. They've cut down on that, so you just order one entree per person.
Interesting.
They bring out a little bread basket. I don't remember if drinks were, like alcoholic beverages were included in the price or not. I can't remember because we didn't order any. So.
But you loved it.
I did love it.
It's one that I would
go
really
do
like
that
to
one.
try.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Artist Point is another one that I've heard is
great.
really great. And that's a Snow White themed one. And that's at Wilderness. Where's that one?
I think that one's at Wilderness Lodge. Enchanted.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Storybook Dining at Artist Point.
Dining. Yeah. It's at Wilderness Lodge. And it looks really cool because it says, enter the enchanted forest to the sounds of delightful music. It's a really cool setting.
It sounds like a cool experience.
Yeah.
I would like to try that one too.
Yeah.
And then I have done Garden Grill at Epcot, which is
the one that spins.
Yes, it's the spinning restaurant, which is kind of fun.
It's not a fast spin.
It spins through Living with the Land, so you kind of get a little glimpse into the Living with the Land ride, which is one of our favorites. And you have Chippendale, Mickey, Pluto, and they are in like farmer outfits, which is really cute to me.
That is really cute.
It makes sense because we're living with the land, right?
It doesn't say any more than Chippendale. So Chippendale are your guarantees.
Yes, and I know we saw Mickey and Pluto for sure.
Okay.
Super yummy food.
Really?
It's family style, so they bring it out and it's like roast beef and turkey and roasted vegetables, salad. The rolls are really good. Or is it? It's like a skillet cornbread maybe.
Okay.
And the dessert was yummy. It was like a strawberry shortcake. But just like
good food.
like a Thanksgiving type dinner is how I would describe it. And yes, it was very, very good. And that's all you can eat. So you finish a skillet, they bring out another one for you.
Okay.
So, some kind of potatoes, maybe.
Which is a common thing that they do there, which we'll talk about more in just a second. But it's common that they will bring out family-style skillets, and then as you eat, they'll bring more.
Yes. And then Ohana is a fan favorite. People love Ohana. That is a character breakfast at breakfast brunch only. And then turns into just a family-style dinner in the evenings. But they still do entertainment at the family-style dinner. So they'll have people in Hawaiian, Polynesian outfits come out.
And that's
do
at the Polynesian.
Yes, and they do like a broom dance and some competitions for the kids and stuff while you're eating. And the world-famous noodles.
Yeah, the garlic noodles
are at Ohana.
Okay, so let's talk about this really quickly. When we went last year, we did not get reservations at Ohana, but we decided to test out a little hack that we heard works, which it did. So if you head to
Tambu Lounge,
which is in the Polynesian, you can get a lot of the things that are on the menu at Ohana.
Because they share a kitchen.
They share a kitchen. So you can get the garlic noodles, you can get the pot stickers, which are really good. You can get their pineapple bread pudding, which was so good.
So good.
It's hard to find a seat. It's very busy. It's first come, first serve.
And you kind of have to fight for a table. As we found out.
Literally. You might have to really actually scrap with somebody.
Maybe we'll tell the whole story on the Patreon sometime. of how Aaron almost got shanked in a tussle.
Anyway.
Too funny. But yummy. Yeah.
Super yummy. So if you can't get reservations at Ohana, you can always go to Tambu Lounge and get them there.
Yeah.
And then I'll mention, too, I have been to Whispering Canyon, which is at Wilderness. And I think it's probably very similar to what's available. Well, I don't know. I don't know what they have for breakfast for the story time. What is it called
Storybook dining.
That one. But I've been to Whispering Canyon. Whispering Canyon is another family style where they bring you skillets. It's kind of more of a barbecue flair. And they've got breakfast, which I think we should go to. I've said this.
Sure.
But the dinner is kind of more of a barbecue flair, and they're funny. So that's the whole thing about Whispering Canyon is if you ask for water, they're going to bring you like 100 water glasses. Or a huge gallon of water. If you ask for ketchup, you get like all the ketchup bottles. If you ask for straws, they'll dump a box of straws on your table. Like they're just kind of funny and they kind of make a big show about anything you ask for. I don't understand why.
Yeah, what's the shtick? Who decided that was fun?
Right. But apparently it is.
It feels wasteful.
We went, that's what I think
too. Do they reuse the straws?
I don't know.
If you don't use them?
We went in 2021 and I was actually kind of disappointed because I went into it knowing that they're a little bit feisty. And they really weren't. And I think it was because it was still coming out of COVID times that they were very careful. And so, but it was good food and we really enjoyed our meal there. That's at Wilderness Lodge also.
Awesome. Cool. And then I've done the Hoop-de-Doo review, which is also known as the, what was it?
I can't ever remember this one.
Oh, shoot. I'll think of it later. But anyway, the Hoop-de-Doo review is super fun. That one is at the
Fort Wilderness, not Wilderness Lodge. I don't understand why they named them the same names, but they're two completely different spots. At Fort Wilderness, you go in, you have to take a bus over to where the Hoop-de-Doo review is. Everybody does?
You get on a little shuttle.
I didn't know that.
I suppose you could walk. It's probably like a 10, 15-minute walk. But
really? Yeah. I didn't realize that. Okay.
It's tucked away. Yes, and it's kind of like in a little Old West feeling village area.
Okay.
And it was fun. It's dinner and a show. It's a review. And it's skillet family style barbecue.
Kind of like Whispering Canyon. Participation.
Yes. We were seated up on the balcony, which I kind of didn't feel like we were as part of the show.
Okay.
Although I feel like toward the end, maybe some of the cast members came up and interacted with us, but it was great. The food was yummy.
I think I would like the balcony
seat very
best.
Cute. You'd rather not be participating.
Not be. Yeah, I'd rather just be a little separated from it.
But it's cute. It's like a little Western show. Kind of similar to what they did at the Golden Horseshoe, but
what kind of
with
food?
a little more interaction. Barbecue style.
Stuff.
So I feel like it was ribs and chicken and
okay.
potatoes and whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. It was good.
Would you do it again?
I don't know. The cost is a little high.
Okay.
I don't know that I need to do it again, but I'm glad that I got to do it once.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I would put it.
Okay. I like it.
Dang it, I wish I could remember how she pronounced it.
The hippy skippy. The hippy dippy.
Hippity doodah?
Something. There was something. We have been compiling.
I thought of it. It's the Humpty Doodah.
The Humpty Doodah. We are compiling a list of incorrect names that people use because we think they're hilarious.
What was the new one from last week about the Bippity Boppity Boutique?
I don't remember.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to pull it up real fast.
But I do remember this is not Disney related. But what was the one I sent you yesterday? Do you remember?
Yes.
The Speculum of the Seas.
The Speculum of the Seas.
What were they trying to say?
Spectrum, I think. Is that the name of the boat? It's a Royal Caribbean boat.
Sure. But apparently somebody
Speculum
auto-corrected it. Speculum of the Seas.
Oh, boy.
Sounds like a cruise I'm going to be avoiding. And we did see something online that said that somebody loves orange. They said,
oh, yes.
for airports, they said, I love SNA. There's also John Wayne, which is fine and closer.
And then there's also Orange County. We can't make fun of people for that.
No.
It's confusing.
It is
Why do they give
confusing.
airports 14 names?
That's true. The airport's so nice, they named it thrice.
That's right. But moving on, a couple of other premium type experiences that you can do. Space 220 in Epcot is a newish restaurant experience where you get to go eat in space. And without giving too much away, because I don't want to ruin the surprise, you actually do go to space. The restaurant is up in space. I think it looks really cool.
It's super hard to get into.
It's spendy. It's hard to get into.
They have a lounge.
They do have a lounge, and that's for walk-ups. Anytime I've ever tried to do a walk-up, it's been an hour and a half plus wait for the walk-up, and I don't want to waste park time doing that. So if you can snag a reservation, please do it.
Have you ever taken time to have a sit-down meal at Epcot?
Yes. We've done the San Angel Inn.
Okay.
We did it at the end of the night, so past park closing.
Okay.
So we went in probably
That's smart.
We went in the last reservation of the night. I think it was 8 p.m. and the park closed at 9. So we walked out right as the fireworks were going. What was
Harmonious
it called? Harmonious. Yes, that is no longer there. That was a really fun experience. And I'm trying to think. Garden Grill, I think, is the only other one I've done there.
I don't think we've ever done a sit down. There's always a festival going on at Epcot.
Yes.
So you can always count on just trying little bites here and there.
Oh, I have done on a solo day to Epcot. I did do the creperie back in France when it was new-ish.
And I've done the quick serve back there, but not the actual sit down.
And I did love that crepe restaurant. That was really good.
Yeah. So there's a lot to do there.
Yes.
Magic Kingdom we kind of touched on. There's not a lot there. Skipper Canteen is a very popular one. I would like to try it someday.
I have been to Skipper Canteen. I don't need to go back.
Okay.
I would go back if you want to go back.
Okay.
I've heard Liberty Tree Tavern
I
is
have
a
been
lot
to
of
Liberty
people's
Tree Tavern.
favorite.
Yes. And that is for sure Thanksgiving dinner served family style. So
and
that
then
is...
they've started doing at the Diamond Horseshoe.
Okay.
A mirror image, not a mirror image, but an exact same menu.
thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if they use the same kitchen or if it was so popular that they needed some overflow.
It's very popular. It's very turn of the century, or not turn of the century, but it's very
like colonial.
Colonial, yes. And so people are wearing, aprons and bonnets, and that's how they serve you. And it is family style Thanksgiving dinner. So turkey, stuffing, potatoes, green beans, all of that. And then they have a very popular sticky toffee pudding that comes out at the end, which people fawn all over. It wasn't my favorite. We all know I don't have a huge sweet tooth. It was a little too sweet for me, but it was good. I would totally go back.
Okay. So, there are some sit-down options at Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
We recommend just snacking.
Except for Magic Kingdom doesn't have a lot of great quick serve.
It doesn't. That's why I'm saying snacking. So the cheeseburger egg rolls are a favorite.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned already, the waffles at Sleepy Hollow. I'm trying to think what else. Gaston's cinnamon roll.
People love
that one.
Yep.
So there's a lot of little quick bites that you can grab at Magic Kingdom that are decent. The coconut Dole Whip, obviously.
And I would say if you want a good meal and you want to take a break, head out. And so I've eaten at Steakhouse 71 at the Contemporary. So good. Best burger on property. Really delicious.
And then also Chef Mickey's is a character meal that's located over there in the Contemporary. I would say that's maybe the most popular character dining.
And I've heard great things.
Yeah, I think it probably is fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially if you have younger kids.
Yeah,
those are
and
the
it's quick and
characters
easy to get there. You can hop on the monorail and get there toot sweet.
Yep.
They're reopening 1900 Park Fair at the Grand Floridian. So that's coming back.
And that one has some new characters. They are introducing new to that character dining characters.
Is
And
it
I
Mary Poppins?
I don't remember who's there. I don't think so.
Oh,
I'm going to
I
look
thought
it up.
was. Okay, look
Maybe.
that up while we're talking.
It
So that's
could
kind of
be.
your local to Magic Kingdom options. Hopping over to Epcot, near Epcot, one of my favorites is Beaches and Cream, and that's going to be at Beach Club. And it is a reservation, or also there is a window if you want to grab
A
ice
walk-up
cream.
window, yep.
Yes, but I would recommend making reservations. Typical diner food, nothing super special, really good desserts, really good ice cream, and really fun. They have the kitchen sink, which is the big, huge thing where you can order a bunch of scoops of ice cream, and then they put on a whole can of whipped cream, and then everybody in the
whole can of whipped cream.
The whole restaurant shouts it in unison. It's fun. It's a fun place to go.
It is pretty fun.
It's one of my favorites.
1900 Park Fair actually opens this Wednesday.
Oh, that's exciting.
So what good timing.
Yeah.
Aladdin, Cinderella, Mirabelle, and Princess Tiana is who it may include.
Oh,
And
that's pretty
all
cool.
it says. Yeah.
Well, that will be fun.
Yeah. I think Aladdin... Yeah, I think those were all new, maybe, to 1900 Park Fair. It used to be Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, that's
themed,
right.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I knew it was something along those. I couldn't remember what.
which I wouldn't mind that either.
No,
I
me
would
either.
love an Alice in Wonderland.
I would love a
themed.
Mary Poppins theme.
Yeah, which matches the Grand Floridian a little
Right.
bit better, but whatever. They didn't ask us.
Again.
As usual.
Disney.
Should we talk about Hollywood Studios a tiny bit, or do you want to stay at Epcot for a minute?
There's not really a whole lot more at Epcot. Is there anything near Epcot that's great? Aside from Beaches and Cream?
I mean, the boardwalk area is super fun. If you want to go on the boardwalk, there's a couple of awesome sit-down restaurants there. The fish one, what is it called? Just flew out of my mind like a flying fish. But the atmosphere is really fun over there, and there's a couple of quick service places and a couple sit-down places. So you can go hang out at the boardwalk. At night is especially cool. It's all lit up with those little cafe lights.
Yeah.
And they do like street performances and stuff.
We should go walk over there when we're there.
Sure.
In the evening. We
Love
say
to.
that now, but
I
then
know.
we'll be tired. Let's not be tired this trip.
This list is getting longer and longer.
We have a very short time.
Right.
Let's not be tired.
Okay.
We'll sleep when we're dead.
So Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios.
There's a couple really fun sit-down places
The
there.
food is not great.
No, it's not.
It's totally about the experience.
With the exception of Ronto Roasters, which we have at Disneyland.
Yes.
The quick service at Hollywood Studios is nothing to write home about.
People like Woody's Lunchbox.
I've eaten there.
Did you
and-
get the tachos?
No, I think
People
we
like
did a
the
grilled
tachos and the
cheese.
hand pies.
Okay.
I've heard they're good.
Well,
I haven't
we have
tried
hand
them.
pies at Disneyland too, and they don't seem to be whatever.
Okay. Okay. Fair. Some of the sit-down stuff, though, that they have there is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sci-fi.
Yes.
Diner. Sci-fi dine-in.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And that's... Have you been there?
Uh-huh.
Me too.
Yes. I liked it.
I didn't love the food.
Oh, really?
No, it was
Oh,
okay.
I had a burger and it was really good. It was like
it?
a bacon and blue cheese burger and it
Okay.
was good.
Here's my complaint about the place.
Okay.
I have a complaint. Let's tell you what it is first.
Okay.
There's a big drive-in theater at the front and you're in cars.
Yeah.
Our car was 3 rows.
Oh, see, and we had the one where you're facing each other.
Oh, that's
The car
nice.
where you're facing each
We
other.
didn't. So, like, I was in a row by myself, and then 2 kids were behind
Yeah.
me, and then Dustin and
Yeah.
another kid were behind, and it just kind of was odd.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to feel like you're at the drive-in, right? And they're
Right.
showing like old-timey cartoons and sci-fi stuff on the screen, which is really fun. But
Totally.
I can see how that would be kind of obnoxious to
Yeah, like,
you
you're
take
not
a bite and
enjoying
then turn around to
A meal
talk
with
to your family.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't love that about it.
Okay.
And the food was just okay.
Okay.
Their milkshakes were good.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool concept.
It
so if you
is.
can get one of those good tables where you feel like you're included, great.
And on a hot day, man, it is so nice to step in there where it's
pitch
dark
black.
and cool
Yep.
and have a milkshake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a cool place. My kids really liked it a lot. And they probably wanted to have a little time away from me. They find me annoying sometimes.
They just want to look at the back of your head instead. The other kind of unique dining experience there is the 50s Primetime Cafe.
Have you been?
I have not been.
We also went to that.
The waiters yell at you.
They do. If you don't eat all of your vegetables, if your elbows are on the table, if you are on your phone at the table,
Yep. If
they
you
will
ask
take
for
your phone
something,
away.
Yes.
They will shame you in front of the whole restaurant.
I've seen them send someone to the corner before in a video. And
Some people don't love that.
no, like if you have secondhand or even firsthand embarrassment pretty badly, it's probably not the place for you. But
Yeah.
it looks like a fun experience. They have little TVs
Yes.
around.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Playing
be like
50s.
back in the 50s when you'd have dinner around the table. TV was new. There was a TV in the corner.
It's like meatloaf and fried
Yes,
chicken and
pot
stuff.
roast,
So,
things like that.
Yeah.
We have friends who went and they will never go back because
Interesting.
it was embarrassing.
They didn't
and
love it.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think it was he didn't finish his vegetables and she made him stand up and she shamed him in front of everybody that he didn't eat his vegetables and just made a really big deal out of it. So if you're okay with that, it's kind of fun.
I think it sounds fun.
I think it was fun. We had a good time there.
You can handle a little ribbing.
Yes. And you're also rewarded for cleaning your plate. You get a sticker that you cleaned your plate.
Nice.
It's just kind of shticky. It's fun.
Oh, too funny. And then there's a couple of like, I would say more grown up themed. There's the Brown Derby.
Which is 2 dining credits.
Right.
I learned yesterday.
I'm trying to think what else is over there.
The ABC Commissary I've heard is really, really good.
Yes, that one's a quick service. Right?
I've heard I've heard Pizza Rizzo is very good.
Pizza Rizzo is not good.
I've heard they have a really good meatball sandwich.
Okay. We did not try the meatball
You
sub.
tried the
I do not
pizza?
love their pizza. Well, I don't think I even ate it. My kids had it. They didn't even like it. And they love pizza, so.
They didn't love it. Okay.
I had a salad.
And new last year is the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
Yes.
So,
that was the other one I was thinking of. Yes.
And that is back in Toy Story Land. It is a whole theme of Woody's bedroom. And when Woody enters the room, everybody has to freeze like toys. And it's supposedly very fun. It's barbecue skillets.
And people like it.
Yep.
They seem, I have never been, but good reviews for that one.
Yeah. Maybe we should try that.
Maybe. We have so much time. And then I think that's it. I mean, there's a couple of fun, like snacky things there. The Wookie Cookie is very good at Hollywood Studios.
Have you had it?
I have, yes.
haven't.
And then they have a carrot cake. I can't remember. It's a carrot cake sandwich at the Starbucks.
Like a carrot cake whoopie pie.
That's so good.
Okay.
What else is there? The Galaxy's Edge stuff. There's an Oga's,
There's
obviously.
a churro cart. Don't get the churros.
Do not get the churros.
Avoid them.
Right. And Hollywood Studios is just kind of not, you don't go there to eat necessarily. But
no. It's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. We're not trying to influence you at all. It's a fun park. There are a lot of fun rides there.
And then Animal Kingdom. And Animal Kingdom is probably my favorite place to eat.
Yes.
On property.
Yeah.
Like my number one, in fact, probably my number one favorite quick serve food of any Disney park is at Animal Kingdom.
Mine too.
What is yours?
Satuli Canteen.
Amen, sister.
Yes. We always make it a point to go there. I have eaten at Yak and Yeti.
Okay.
It was fine. I don't know that I need to do it again.
Okay.
A lot of people still say Animal Kingdom is a half-day park, and I completely disagree with that.
Totally disagree, yes.
But if you are feeling like you're running out of things to do, then that's a good sit-down option. There is a character meal.
The character meal is Tusker House.
Tusker House, that's what it is, yes.
So Tusker House has a character breakfast. That's inside the park.
Right. The lounge is...
Nomad Lounge.
Nomad Lounge, there it is.
Next to Tiffin's.
Yes, and that one, the Nomad Lounge has gluten-free churros.
Have you tried them?
Yes, I have, and they're actually pretty decent. They still don't compare to the ones at Disneyland.
And they're
by
like
any
little
means.
churro bites,
Yes, and they come with little dipping sauces.
Okay.
So I thought those were worth getting for sure. Yes. And you can, I have a client that just went not too long ago, you can order them to go.
Oh.
So you can walk up to the staff at the front of the restaurant and you walk around the park with them.
We might have to try that.
So for those of you that are gluten-free and looking for a good snack option, I highly recommend this one.
Okay. We might have to try that while we're there.
Yeah, for sure.
Satuli Canteen is down in Pandora. It's delicious.
So good.
Rice noodle bowls that you can kind of customize. They've got different sauces that you can put on them, and they're just really hearty and really, really good.
But they feel really healthy at the same time,
Right.
which is unique.
And
Disney,
the
right?
location's beautiful.
Yeah, it is so pretty.
Pandora's breathtaking anyway, but then also this hut that you eat in is really cool.
Yeah. And then there's a little snack stand right next door. Now I can't remember what it's called that has...
The Pongu Limpia.
Yes, it has the lumpia and
Yes.
also the Night Blossom, which is a very
Oh, yes.
fun drink.
Not to spill on your foot.
Right.
Otherwise, it's great. It's very sugary. Ask me how I know.
It's similar to the Jungle Julep at Disneyland at Bagel Barbecue.
Yes.
But it's got some boba in it. It has a few different flavors of slush, and it's really good. It's a yummy, yummy flavor.
I've heard good things about Flame Tree Barbecue. I've never eaten there.
I have.
Okay.
I did. I had, I think, the pulled pork fries.
Okay.
Maybe. Very tasty.
Okay.
It's a fun little spot. You can sit down there, and the little white ibis birds kind of are walking around
Pester you.
looking for food, but they're pretty and it's fun. It's kind of a fun little spot down on the water. And then you can always eat at Pizza Fari.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm good. I'm good.
And then Dino Land has a restaurant, but that will probably be going away. And hopefully they put something like the Tropical Hideaway or something over there. That'd be fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then outside the park, Animal Kingdom Lodge is really the only thing that's near Animal Kingdom Park. And that is probably my favorite sit down on the whole property.
It's high on the list for me for sure.
Yes. So that is Sanaa. And that is the one where if you've ever seen large windows near people eating with giraffes outside, that is the one that has windows open to the savannah. And it's lovely.
Beautiful. And then there's also Boma at the...
Have you eaten at Boma?
I have not, but I have a client that just went and they love Boma. Like that was their number one reservation.
I kind of want to go to Boma also. I know.
We're going to come home
chubby.
Way chubby. And that's okay.
I want to go to Boma. So this video that I watched last night where they were breaking down the dining plan, they went to Boma. Boma's only one credit for dining.
Oh, interesting.
And their meal...
It's very, it's a hearty meal.
It is a hearty meal and it's a buffet. This one's a buffet. This one's not a family style. And their meal was like $160 or something like that. That was zeroed out with the dining plan.
Nice.
And it's kind of African flavors, which I really love.
Very unique meals.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. I think it looks very fun. And it's a pretty spot too. Down, you go, the waiting area is like down by a waterfall kind of.
Oh,
yeah. So pretty.
We don't have time for all of this. There's so much to do in so little time. That's the thing about Walt Disney World is it's just overwhelming.
Right.
There's so much
You got to
do.
spend at least a week there.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 days.
Yep. So these are a handful of our favorites, a handful of the ones that we have heard are great.
Right. And obviously there are a million more options. So,
tell us what your favorites are.
Yeah, tell us. Tell us what we're missing on our list, what we need to try and what our listeners need to try.
Because we obviously have plenty of time to try so many things while we're there.
We'll just have to go back. It's fine. Soon-ish.
And focus. We should just go. I've thought about this. We should just go and not go to the parks. Just go and eat.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
I know.
We talk a big game about that, but that'll never happen. All right, guys, this is your weekly reminder to follow us on Instagram at Ropedrop.Parkhop and on Facebook the same. And we have our fun discussion group, Rope Dropping and Park Hopping. We love it when you guys post in there. It's so fun. It's a great group.
And if you haven't already rated and reviewed the podcast, we'd appreciate that. And if you can, leave us a review. I think Apple and Audible are the two places where you can write a review out. We love those.
And we have a Patreon.
We do.
And we are likely going to be doing something pretty fun and different with Patreon this month. So if you want to come check it out, do that. We have a lot of fun in there.
And we'll be back next week. Hopefully we'll have some more Pixar Fest information.
We're hoping for some menus for you guys. That'll be fun.
We can read menus.
Until then.
Until
we see you next time.
Bye.
See you real soon.